How are we all doing today? Thinking? This production value is off the charts. Doing awesome. I bet you're feeling awesome after that workout. All right, we're going to get started in about 1 minute. I'm a mini med. That's what I was going for. I can't get sound and tried everything. Are you on your phone, Amanda? Does anybody have any advice? Has this happened to anybody else? No? Okay, let's get started. So, hmm. Wonder why you can't see the left side of the screen. Huh. Can people see this article? I'm guessing you just can't see the left side. Well, I can figure it out later. Would you rather have the article up on screen or the infographics that I was just showing? What is more helpful for people? Oh, did that do it? Better? I think that's better. You can't read the article anyways. All right. Well, it will just give you some idea of what you can just kind of follow along. You don't really need to read it. I'm going to be doing most of the reading. So, all right. So today we're talking about healthy foods to buy in bulk and some of the foods you shouldn't buy in bulk. So I thought this was something good to talk about because I kind of struggle with this as well. Always having healthy foods on hand and kind of making sure that you kind of always have a go-to meal. So as you can see, the first healthy food we're going to go over is dried beans and lentils. So beans and lentils are one of the most shelf-stable foods. The term shelf-stable refers to foods that can be stored at room temperature for an extended period before going bad. Though storing beans and lentils may lead to degradation of certain nutrients over time, some studies have shown that some beans remain edible for 10 or more years. Beans and lentils are high in fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, making them a healthy bulk shopping choice. What's more, they can be added to a wide variety of dishes such as soups, curries, stews, and salads. Now that's an okay one. You're not just going to really snack on beans and lentils, but those are good to add to stuff. Frozen berries is another really good choice because those thaw pretty easily as well. Though delicious and nutritious, fresh berries can be expensive and highly perishable. Thankfully, frozen berries are similar in nutritional value to fresh berries and can be purchased in bulk at lower prices. Harvesting them quickly, freezing berries prolongs shelf life and maintains the nutritional content of fresh berries. According to the USDA, frozen fruit like berries can be safely stored in the freezer for up to 6 months. Adding berries to your diet can benefit health in many ways, including lowering your risk of heart disease, certain cancers, diabetes, and mental decline. So the reason it says frozen berries as opposed to just frozen fruit is because berries are one of the best fruits you can have. Raspberries, for example, are super high in fiber, which is something that I always talk about that people usually don't get enough of. Frozen meat and poultry. Because fresh meat and poultry spoil quickly when stored in the refrigerator, freezing them is an excellent way to avoid food waste. According to the USDA Foodkeeper app, frozen meat like steak can last in the freezer for up to 12 months, while chicken breasts can last up to 9 months. Freezing protein sources immediately after purchase can extend the usability so that you don't have to run to the store every time you don't need meat or poultry for a recipe. The only downside to this is it usually takes meat a long time to thaw, and you don't want to microwave it. So the next one, frozen vegetables. I'm just going to go back to the main cam here. I don't think you need to see it. Like fresh berries and other types of fruits, fresh vegetables tend to spoil quickly even when properly stored. For this reason, stocking up on frozen vegetables like spinach, broccoli, and butternut squash is a good idea, as most can be stored in the freezer for up to 8 months. Vegetables are packed with nutrients, which is why diets that include both fresh and frozen vegetables have been linked to numerous health benefits. For example, people who have higher vegetable intake have a lower risk of chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes than those who consume small amounts of vegetables. Honey. Who here likes honey? I certainly do. Although honey is often thought to stay edible indefinitely, some factors can impact its quality and decrease its shelf life. Storage conditions, including heat and humidity, can affect the aroma, texture, and flavor of honey, making its shelf life hard to determine. Because there is no way to define an expiration date for all types of honey due to differences in storage, the National Honey Board recommends storing honey for up to 2 years. I can't believe that there's a National Honey Board. This is still an amazingly long shelf life, making honey the perfect item to buy in bulk. So yeah. Oats. Oats are excellent. Did everybody here get my overnight oat blog that I sent today? If you hadn't, I would go back and read that. Not only are oats a versatile and healthy grain, but they also happen to have a lengthy shelf life. The Food Keeper app states that fresh oats can be stored for up to 4 months in the pantry. Freezing oats in an airtight container can further extend their shelf life, tacking on another 4 months to their expiration date. Oats are high in B vitamins, magnesium, and zinc, as well as a particular type of fiber called beta-glucan, which may help lower cholesterol, reduce blood sugar levels, and increase feelings of fullness. Yeah, Karen, did you like it? Was it spot on, hopefully? Dried fruit. Dried fruit is another good snack. It's highly nutritious and contains an impressive amount of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. You kind of have to be careful with dried fruit because it can also contain a decent amount of sugar. What's more, it's a health pantry item that has a much longer shelf life than fresh fruit. Dried fruits like mangoes, cranberries, and apricots can be stored for up to 6 months. After opening, storing them in a refrigerator will allow them to last another 6 months. Keep in mind that dried fruit is higher in calories and sugar than fresh fruit and should be eaten in small amounts. Choose unsweetened dried fruit whenever possible to limit added sugar intake. So while I'm talking, somebody give it a good example of types of dried fruit that would be the best for you. We all know, I think we've had banana chips, stuff like that. There are better dried fruits out there. Where did he post it? Joyce, are you talking about the overnight oats blog? Because if you are, it's on my website and I emailed it out to everybody. Nuts in a shell. Nuts in the shell last much longer than shelled nuts, making them a great choice for a long-term storage. In most cases, purchasing nuts in the shell extends their shelf lives, as opposed to getting like a container when they're already shelled. For example, almonds in the shell will keep for up to 6 months when stored at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, while shelled almonds only last 4 months when stored at the same temperature. Purchase nuts like almonds, walnuts, peanuts, and pecans in the shell and crack them with a nut cracker as needed. An extra benefit of nuts in the shell is that it takes more time and effort to prepare them than shelled nuts, which may slow eating and lead to a reduction in caloric intake. I think I'm with everybody here where when nobody's going to take the time to crack nuts. That's just ridiculous. So I don't know about that one. Cranberries. Uh, Cranberries can be pretty high in sugar, and you can really overeat on them. I like dried pears. I've never tried dried pears. I'd be interested to do that. Next is certain whole grains such as farro, spelt, wild rice, quinoa, and amaranth have surprisingly long shelf lives. For instance, according to the Food Keeper app, uncooked quinoa can last for up to 3 years when stored correctly in a pantry. Quinoa is amazing for you. I don't know if so. It's definitely considered a superfood. Um, and as far as food goes, not one single food provides all the nutrients that you need, but quinoa is as close as it gets. So, incredibly good for you. Whole grains make excellent additions to any meal, providing a hearty source of fiber, vitamins, antioxidants, and powerful plant compounds that all benefit health. Another reason to stock up on whole grains is that they're among the most versatile of all ingredients and can be added to breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I'll bring you some. Awesome. I'd love to try them. Popcorn. Whole popcorn can be purchased in bulk and stored up for 2 years at room temperature. Unlike packaged instant popcorn that contains unhealthy ingredients like harmful additives and unhealthy fats, whole popcorn is entirely natural. Not to mention, preparing your own popcorn is fun and allows you to control the ingredients you consume. Plus, popcorn is high in fiber, phosphorus, manganese, zinc, and other antioxidants, making it a healthy snack when consumed in moderation. So, as long as you're not buying that instant crap popcorn, um, it's not bad for you. Dried pasta. Unlike fresh pasta, which needs to be cooked within a few days, dried pasta can be stored for up to 2 years. Whole wheat pasta makes a better choice than refined white pasta since it is lower in calories and higher in certain nutrients, including fiber, manganese, and magnesium. For those who can't tolerate the gluten found in wheat-based pasta, brown rice pasta and pasta made from gluten-free grains are healthy alternatives with similar shelf lives. Different types of pasta can be found in the bulk section of grocery stores and are typically offered at discounted rates. Coconut oil. Many fats can be stored long-term due to the risk. Many fats can't be stored long-term due to the risk of oxidation, which can lead to spoilage. However, coconut oil has a much longer shelf life and is more resistant to oxidation than any other vegetable oils. Plus, unrefined virgin coconut oil contains powerful antioxidants that are thought to help protect the oil from spoilage. Storage times can vary depending on temperature and light exposure, but the Food Keeper app suggests that coconut oil stored in a cool, dark place should last up to 3 years. Coconut oil can be used in cooking, baking, and skincare. So in another one of my webcams, we actually went over the best oils to cook with, if you want to know more about coconut oil. Chia seeds. Chia seeds are often referred to as a superfood due to their impressive concentration of omega-3 fats, fiber, magnesium, calcium, and antioxidants. While chia seeds are nutritious, they also tend to be expensive, which most food that is nutritious is. Thankfully, chia seeds purchased in bulk are usually lower in price than chia seeds bought in smaller quantities. What's more, chia seeds have a long shelf life of around 18 months when stored in a cool, dark location. Has anybody ever had chia seeds? Peanut butter. With its creamy texture and satisfying taste, peanut butter is a staple item in most people's pantries. Buying peanut butter in large jars is more economical since bulk peanut butter is sold at a discounted rate. Peanut butter is an excellent source of plant-based protein, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals, and can be used in many ways. Natural peanut butter is healthier than processed brands that contain added sugar and hydrogenated oils. A lot of them contain, stuff like Jiffy or Jif, Skippy, stuff like that. Contain trans fat, which is just horrible for you. Keep unopened natural peanut butter in the fridge to keep it fresh for up to 12 months. After opening, expect your peanut butter to last about 3 to 4 months in the refrigerator. I don't know anybody that refrigerates their peanut butter though. Maybe I'll have to start trying that. Greens powders. Getting in enough greens can be a challenge for most people. What's more, fresh greens need to be used within a few days before they start to degrade. Greens powders are nutritional supplements made from dried, pulverized greens like kale, spinach, and wheatgrass. Not only are greens powders highly nutritious, but most brands also stay fresh in the refrigerator or freezer after opening for up to 2 years. Buying greens powder in bulk sizes will ensure that you have a long-lasting supply of this healthy product to add to smoothies, yogurt, and other recipes. That's actually a very good idea. I've never used greens powders, but that would be an excellent way to supplement if you're not eating a lot of vegetables. So I might try that. Protein powders. High quality protein powders can be costly. However, most companies offer large containers of various protein powders at cheaper price points. I'm sure we've all been in Market Basket with, you can get those things, protein powder for like $20. There's not a huge difference, I feel like, between an expensive protein and a relatively inexpensive one. The biggest thing I found is that the expensive ones tend to mix better, which, that's good, but, if you're paying $30 more, I don't know. And the more expensive ones might have more amino acids, stuff like that. I'll have to check that out again. I like the thought of that. What, Karen? The greens powders? Some are not gluten-free. What's not gluten-free, Barbara? The protein powders? Apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is a multi-purpose ingredient that can be used in both food and as a natural cleaning agent. Because of its versatility, apple cider vinegar can be used up quickly, especially by those who rely on it as a cleaning agent. I did not know that it was a cleaning agent. What do people use apple cider vinegar to clean? Oh, the protein powders? Do you have gluten-free protein powder, Barb? Thankfully, apple cider vinegar is sold in large containers that can last up to 5 years when stored at room temperature. What's more, apple cider vinegar has antibacterial properties and has even been shown to reduce blood sugar and promote weight loss. Oh, gotcha. Nutritional yeast. That sounds disgusting. Nutritional yeast packs a powerful dose of nutrients and is especially popular with those following plant-based diets, so vegans. Nutritional yeast is an excellent source of vitamin B12, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, folate, magnesium, zinc, and protein. It has a savory cheese-like flavor and can be added to dishes for a nutrient boost. Nutritional yeast can be purchased in bulk at lower prices than smaller containers and has a shelf life of up to 2 years. Nutritional yeast. Does anybody use that? I've actually never even heard of that. So those are some of the best healthy supplements to buy in bulk. Yeah, has anybody heard of nutritional yeast? It's weird. So while we're here, does some of the chat recommend stuff that they do? Because I'd like to know. Worst foods to purchase in bulk. Number 1, fresh fruits and vegetables. If you regularly buy fresh produce, chances are you found a rotten veggie or fruit in your fridge that hadn't been used in time. While there are exceptions, many fresh fruits and vegetables such as berries, zucchini, and greens have a shelf life of less than a week before they begin to rot. When buying fresh fruit and vegetables, only purchase what you know you will use within the coming week to avoid food waste. That's one of my big issues, is why I don't buy many fresh fruits and vegetables, is because they just tend to go to waste. Oils. While saturated oils like coconut oil and palm oil store well, other oils should not be purchased in bulk. Vegetable oil. You buy frozen fruit for smoothies? Yeah, that's an excellent addition to smoothies. Vegetable oils that contain high amounts of polyunsaturated fats like soybean, sunflower oils are more susceptible to oxidation, especially when stored in clear glass or plastic containers. Oils high in polyunsaturated fats should only be purchased in small quantities and stored in cool, dark locations to prevent oxidation. Another one is eggs. I'm very guilty of this as well. You can buy tons of eggs, and the majority of them will usually go bad for me. If you have a large family that eats eggs daily, then buying in bulk is economical. However, those who rarely eat eggs and those with small households may not be able to finish a few dozen eggs before the expiration date of 3 to 5 weeks. Flour. To avoid spoilage, white, whole wheat, and nut-based flours should not be purchased in bulk. Whole wheat flour has a shelf life of as little as 3 months, while white flour can start to spoil after 6 months. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Certain spices. Because spices are used in small amounts, I don't know if I agree with spices. This is saying spices can lose their potency over time and should be replaced as often as every 6 to 12 months for optimal flavor. So yeah, I guess you're not buying spices in bulk. So I guess that makes sense. Prepared foods. Don't be tempted to stock up on your favorite prepared foods when on sale unless you plan on eating the items quickly. Dishes like egg salad, chicken salad, and cooked pasta only last a few days in the fridge. What's more, eating prepared foods past their expiration date can put you in the danger of foodborne illnesses. So, Does anybody else have anything to add about what they do for food prep, stuff that they buy in bulk so that they can add to certain meals? Because I would love to hear. So the bottom line of what we just discussed, many healthy foods can be purchased in bulk at discounted prices. Dried beans, oats, frozen poultry, peanut butter, frozen fruits and vegetables are some of the examples of nutritious items that have long shelf lives. These foods can be stored in the pantry, freezer, or fridge for many months, which is why purchasing them in bulk is a smart choice if you want to save money. However, buying perishable products like fresh produce and eggs should be avoided. Stock up on nutritious, non-perishable bulk items to ensure that they always have ingredients available to make healthy, delicious meals and snacks. And there you go. Did anybody learn anything? That's kind of why I do these. I can tell you what I learned, and then I'm probably going to try. I doubt the nutritional yeast. That sounds terrible. I'm going to look more into the difference between protein powders and maybe purchase some of the green sprouters, because that seems like something you can just put into anything. Maybe not anything if you want it to taste good, but you know, great for smoothies. Maybe yogurt. Maybe try some chia seeds, fresh popcorn. Definitely not nuts in a shell. I would go crazy. And honey. Honey is another good one. So yeah. Anybody have any questions? Collagen powder and smoothies. Yep, that's a very good one. I actually wrote a blog about collagen. So thanks everybody for coming and listening. So I think the next time I do this is going to be Monday. I'll try and get here by 9:15, but it's probably going to be 9:30. Hopefully that's not too late for people. I plan on going over, I saw a really good article called The CrossFit Diet Plan, Nutrition, Sample Menu, and Benefits. I was going through it and there was a lot of good stuff and kind of different ways to think about how you eat. That's not a definite, but that's something I probably will do. Can you re-forward the collagen blog to you, Barbara? Super informative and helpful. Good, Amanda. I'm glad you liked it. Hopefully you learned some stuff. Did you want me to forward the blog to you, Barb? It's on my website, but yes, I can forward it to you. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.